Hello, folks. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Dr. Godswill Okiyi once again with Communication Moments. Yeah, it's been a while since the last time we had this discussion, but a lot has gone under the weather, a lot has gone under the bridge. I've been engaged in some projects, and but here we are. I promise you that that break will not take place. We are going to meet consistently and frequently and discuss these topics which are dear to you and for you to know about. For today, really, I think what we should look at ought to have been a recap of what happened last year. But since we didn't do much, we will start this year by looking at those things which we ought to do in this year. And yeah, the promises, the resolutions, and all have gone out. But this is a new year, and in most countries of the world, there are traces of hardship in the horizon uh, as a result of the war or wars, as it were, as a result of political upheavals, changes here and there, and new governments, new policies, and these things have impacted and will still impact one way or the other on the every Joe, daily Joe's life. Is going to impact. So the man on the street has to be careful about what he does, and he has to be determined, he has to be intentional in doing certain things to ensure that he rises above waters in this new year. Well, you have to find some projects to do in this new year. For instance, look at this a collection of poems which I had to publish this in the last year, but it's an activity, and I will encourage each and every one of us to find any such activity and to engage in it. By the way, you will find this in Amazon. The title is Slices of Life by Godswill Okiyi, and you find it quite interesting. Some of the reviews I have are quite interesting reviews. It's there up there on Amazon. Get your own copy. Now back to where we are at the moment. We shall shift slightly away from the individual parts in communicating, and we shall, in this new year and beyond, look at internal communication as it affects the organization, and also the external communication as it affects the organization. And of course, if there are some topical issues, we will address them, we will look at them, and hope each and every one of us will learn from there. One advice I can give you for free is that man should never stop learning. When I say man, I mean, of course, man and woman. We should never stop learning. We should continue learning wherever it is, whatever we do. We should keep learning. We can learn by what we see. We can learn from what we hear. But most importantly, we should go out of the way, either consult books, look at those things, materials that you value, that are interesting to you, and through the social media applications where they are, or you just go to the library and consult, and you will learn something new. Now, like I said, in the new year, resolutions have been made, but I can tell you for free that, yeah, I'm not being a prophet of doom, but it may not necessarily be a smooth ride, especially for those of us from the African continent, specifically Nigeria, my beloved country. Yeah, we have to watch our communications, like we said in previous times, because these are going to be, let's assume things are going to be difficult, and people's nerves will be frayed. So we have to be quite conscious of how we communicate in this new year, and you can also just stay indoors beside conscious, communicating with, interfacing with others and read something new or do something new, as I advise my friends, my colleagues, and students where they are. Do something, write a book. You can write a book, anybody can write a book. Here, write before you talk about publishing, but make that effort as we are trying to make now. Now we will just round up by saying that in this new year, as much as possible, while communicating, make sure you attain the actual communication goals which you've set out for yourself. For instance, if you have a report to make, or you have a complaint to make, or you want to pass information, no matter the environment where you are, no matter the kind of person you're communicating with, you should endeavor to get that information passed across. You should endeavor to get your message passed across. We should endeavor to be the good conversationalist, and we should endeavor to be good listeners as much as it is possible, because that's another way through which we can learn in this new year. We should endeavor to achieve our communication goals and objectives, and we should not let ourselves, some people are in a hurry to talk, or they want to be heard all the time. But no, in this new year, you don't impose yourself on people, but rather be a patient speaker, be a patient listener. And even in your body language, as much as it is possible, be appropriate and be effective. Also be very clear in your communications, be very clear in what you're saying. Let people understand what you're saying. The man on the street in this new year is not really patient, so you have to be patient yourself. The man on the street in this new year is not going to be polite, probably. So you have to learn to be polite. As much as it is possible, again, consider the feelings of the other. You should engage in the other communication, as it were. Especially, let's say, a lot of Nigerians also, for my friends in Canada, UK, and the US, of course, who have Japan, as it were. You should think through, communicate through the cultures of the other. The person you meet may not be so friendly, may not have the patience, may not, because of your color or your accent, have a lot of time, but then you need help. So you have to consider the feeling of that other while communicating, and then reach out to the person as briefly and as succinctly, as clearly, as lucidly as it is possible. And in our communications in this year and beyond, let's not engage in, don't risk that negative perception of your person. Even in an office or at home or on the streets or wherever you may meet somebody, let it not be that when they look at you, they say, no, here comes the impatient man or woman, here comes the person who, generates an aura of negativity. No, it should not be like that in this year. So by the next time we meet, we are going to going to a brand new topic, I promise you. And like we discussed, I promised last year, we are going to have town halls, communication, because communication is quite important. It's what determines how we live and why we live, because without communication, of course, everybody is going to be in the blind. And that's why technologies have developed to aid our communication, positively. So I'm going to leave you with that, but remember that every week we are going to discuss, we're going to have one new topic, something happening around the globe to talk about. And of course, it's going to be an exciting moment once again. Remember, this is Dr. Godswill Okiyi, communication Moments with Dr. Godswill Okiyi for your effective communication. And don't forget, you have this book, this collection, beautiful collection over some decades, Slices of Life. Try to get your copy, and I'm sure you will be blessed through it. Thank you and have a wonderful year.